Warning, major spoilers for God of War Ragnarok incoming. You have been warned. Alright, so let's get this out the way right now. Major spoilers, okay? I'm talking top notch spoilers, okay? Now we're done with that, right? Next, like and subscribe. Okay, let's go. So, God of War, the way it ends, Kratos doesn't die. And Loki's off on his own, kinda. And Ragnarok has happened. Asgard has been destroyed. There's things that were close to what most mythology says, and some things that didn't happen that were what mythology says. So, where can we go from here, right? Like, clearly it seems like Kratos and Loki, Atreus, are, like, seen in a good light now, right? Like, the Kratos willing to begin Ragnarok was what freed all these other realms from Odin, right? So that happens. In the meantime, how it kicked off was Brock being killed by Odin. So Sindri is kind of just off the rails now. Clearly he's letting go of the whole germaphobe persona. He has no gloves on. He still has his brother's blood all over him the whole last of the game. I think he still has it on him when he shows up for the funeral at the end. So I'm actually, my buddy and I, and these things are not huge brain. This is just, if you didn't continue playing afterwards, these are things that you missed, right? So, and forgive me, please. I'm still under the weather. I'm sick. So here's what the deal is. In the future, Sindri is going to be a bad guy. Unfortunately, that's they can swerve us, but I think Sindri's going to be a bad guy in the future. And the other antagonist is the real Tyr. Tyr is actually real, and you find him post game. And my buddy is completing the game 100%, and he let me know. You find him in all the places you've been already. He speaks and stuff, and there's things he says. Like at Spark of the World, he says, "What did you do?" When he's at Freyr's camp, he tells Freya she saved it and not him. And Freya says, "No, I didn't do anything." And he says, "No, you did." So here's the thing, right? In the actual Norse lore, Tyr had his arm devoured by Fenrir. And clearly we got some little mixed things here, right? But Tyr dies in Ragnarok to Garm, is that his name? Garm, the Hellhound, which is Fenrir, and they kill each other. So, but he at first Fenrir is chained and he bites off Tyr's arm because he was the only one that trusted him. He said, "If this is a trick, I'm chewing your arm off," and so he did when he got tricked and caged in the Norse lore. So everything's timey-wimey, right? And the Norse stuff is taken care of a lot, but there can still be a little bit left. A little bit. There's still giants, and there's still some people around that were supposed to be dead in Ragnarok, right? It's still there. There's still stuff that's there. So it's not totally done, in my opinion. It's not totally done. So in the future, what's going to happen? And this is, like I said, this is not big brain. This is laid out very plainly that Tyr is known throughout the realms. He's known throughout these places. He's known as the God of War and Justice. Okay. And he helped in the Norse lore. He helps the Aesirs in Ragnarok, right? So I kind of feel like, you know, what's happening here, right? When you first see him, he says, "Kratos, I know that name." And he says it twice. He's like, when you're almost done talking, he says, "I know that name. It'll come to me." And then he just stays. He doesn't come with you. He stays where he's at. So in the future, what we're going to have is potentially God of Wars, like gods of war. So Tyr's known throughout other pantheons. It shows him clearly traveling to other pantheons in the last game, in 2018's game. And all Tyr has to do is be like, hey, listen, this is what Kratos has done. Kratos has destabilized all this stuff, even though now I think is good. Like, Kratos is good now, right? I think for 100%. Like, he's doing things for the right reasons. Tyr isn't going to see it that way. His home and everything's destroyed and all that, right? Asgard's gone. So he is going to go talk to the other gods of war. And he's like, listen, the Greek pantheon or whatever, they're gone. They're all gone because of this guy. This dude right here, they're all gone. The Norse one, is totally destabilized, right? Like, they're not all dead, but like Odin, the top guy, Thor, which he may not believe that Thor was not killed by, you know, he knows he killed Heimdall. I'm sure that'll be there. Or he'll figure it out. This dude is business. He means business. And if we let him stay alive, he is eventually going to come to yours and he is going to kill you. It's going to happen one way or another. It's just it's what he is. He's a wrecking ball, right? That's totally how Tyr is going to sell this to these other gods, these other pantheons. And they really don't have enough time, I think, for us to be like, okay, well, now we're going to Egypt and we're going to do the Egypt one. We're going to have multiple games in the Egypt one. I think now that they've said that this is the end of the Norse, it kind of is, right? Because it's opening up to its own thing now, like a different, like the multiverse. And it'd be totally awesome to be fighting all these other gods of war too. Like, they bring in whatever you want, you know, like amalgamation. I'm not saying it's going to be Kratos versus Jesus Christ or anything, but you know, like Ra or Anubis, you know, stuff like that. Like, and who knows where we go or where we fight them or what have you, right? But I think that's the part where Sindri comes in, because Sindri will somehow break in and he'll figure out a way to let Tyr go seek a way to take care of Kratos. And then that brings in Loki and Atreus, who is left to go find the giants. So the giants will help Kratos. Everybody that's already been helping Kratos will help Kratos. And then we'll have all these other pantheons, gods, with Tyr trying to kill Kratos before he kills them. And that's how it's going to be sold to him. And that's, like I said, that's not big brain, in my opinion. It's pretty plainly there, right? It's right there. If we ever make another one, if we ever decide to do this, and it's not just like the Adventures of Loki doing his thing, and this is how it happens. Like, it's gotta be like, God of War's gotta have Kratos. I'm sorry, it does, right? Like, I like the kid and everything, but Kratos is still alive. We still want to play as Kratos. He wasn't a bad character to play as, but it's just like, it's Kratos. God of War, the franchise is Kratos, you know? It's like God, it's like Halo games without Chief. Reach was fine. It's a one-off, but it's not better than the other Halos or Master Chief. You know, or it's not like Metal Gears without Solid Snake. We want to play a Snake. Raiden's great and everything, but I want to play a Snake. And that's where it's going. That's the next game is Sindri tagging up with Tyr versus Kratos and Atreus, and basically all the realm, really. So that's it. If you guys haven't seen the post games, that's clearly where it's going. So I just wanted to get that out there, talk about it a little bit. The game's been out for like getting close to 2 weeks now. I'll put up heavy spoilers. Heavy spoilers here. I'll put that up at the beginning, so they're not too spoiled. But that's where the next God of War is going. The next God of War 3 or whatever you want, Gods of War. You know, that's what I would call it. Gods of War. You know, whatever. It'll still be GOW. All right, guys. Thanks you guys for watching. Please subscribe. And like the video. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.